And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with Keith Fustel. Happy to be back to live racing here at Laurel Park. A big 4-day week starts now. New first race post time is 12:25, and we had no live racing last week, but hats off to the whole track crew and the grounds crew. They got Laurel Park back in good shape. The track's ready to roll. We're off the turf today. The rain is going to be a story today. We'll show you a picture. Oh, there you go. There's a picture of the main track. We're off the turf. A lot of rain overnight and this morning, so a sloppy main track, but good to be back to live racing for a Big Ten race card.
Certainly. It's like getting back on the bike, right?
Yeah.
You know, let's hope we can pick up where we left off, but going to deal with a sloppy racetrack to start, no doubt about it. The rain within the area had a pretty good dousing of rain. Little break right now, so
right.
This track may be upgraded shortly. We'll just see. We need a little bit of a breeze to come through, things to dry out a little bit, but yeah, good to be back at Laurel Park. Good, you know, whole team did the job, got the track back ready to roll, and we should be set.
Yeah, just in time for the big weekend. It's Breeders' Cup weekend, the World Thoroughbred Championships out there in California at the great race place, Santa Anita. It's the 10th time that Santa Anita has hosted the Breeders' Cup. Tomorrow and Saturday, some of the best horse racing of the whole year out there at Santa Anita. You can watch all the action, the Breeders' Cup watch party right here at Laurel Park. You're out there on California time, so the Breeders' Cup Classic on Saturday. That's going to go off like around after 8 o'clock at night, but you can watch it up there in the sports book with that 75-foot LED wall. Grab a nice couch or a table up there and watch all the Breeders' Cup action. I like a Maryland-bred filly an 8-1 shot tomorrow in race 8, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Filly Turf. It's a big 14-horse field. Pletcher has one of the favorites in there with Sweet Melania at 5-1, an American Pharaoh filly. But I like the Chad Brown filly, the 13 Selflessly. She's a Maryland-bred filly by More Than Ready. She won the Grade 2 Miss Grillo last out. Chad Brown has won this race 4 times, including the last 3 years. He won it last year with Newspaper of Record. I like the Maryland-bred Chad Brown trained filly, the 13 Selflessly, at 8-1 in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Filly Turf tomorrow. There's another Maryland bred in there. Grand Motion has Sharing in there, a daughter of Shared Account, who Motion won the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf with.
Yeah, a good buddy of mine, a handicapper I respect, Mark Fisher, is really on the Sharing bandwagon. I like the way she did, very workmanlike win last time out in the Salima. She certainly could be a factor. You know, Motion, he just doesn't throw horses into the mix. You know, he figures they've got a good shot.
Sure.
And I think she's going to give a good account of herself.
Well, she's by Spitestown that they paid $350,000 for as a yearling. So that's a big 14-horse field, one of many big fields in the Breeders' Cup tomorrow and Saturday. You can watch all the action right here at Laurel Park. All right, let's get to our action today here. Okay. Race 1 is going to kick off the Rolling Super High 5. That's a low 15% takeout. We have it every race with 7 or more horses, so keep your eye on that throughout the day. Also, race 1 kicks off the popular early pick 5. It's a mandatory payout on this early pick 5. Industry low 12% takeout. I like the late pick 5 today. That starts in race 6. But let's go here with race 1. Race 1 originally carded on the main track. 6 furlongs, maiden claiming 10,000 3-year-olds and upward. I go with the 4 Leading Man on top here. You like the 4 as well. We both have a cold 4-6 exact, the Leading Man going turf to dirt here for trainer Hammy Smith. Dropping to the maiden 10. Victor Carrasco will ride the one lone try on an off track. That was last July, going a mile in only his second start. He's a different horse now. So we both have Leading Man on top going turf to dirt.
Hammy tough in these lower level maiden claimers year in and year out. They spot him. He's aggressive. And this one just, to me, this is the spot today. I faced a little bit better. You go on the go back some of those early dirt races. Meiston, man, we've seen what he's moved on. Has a notion. Some winners out of there. I think Catonsville once again is going to be on the engine. He's going to go ahead and gets in light with Correa. He shot just missed after the claim at Timonium. Brought this horse back, stretched out to 7. just got a weary very, very late, but I think he goes a long way. We have video of that race,
Yep.
right, Kate? So let's
check
take a look
that
at
out.
his last eye. Looked like he was gone at the eighth pole. Here we go, pick it up at the top of the stretch. Catonsville there on the left lead trying to switch it over, and does, and they're slowly, steadily getting to him, hanging on for dear life past the 16th pole, but it wasn't going to be. He's going to fade to fourth, beating a length and a quarter when it's all said and done. Voodoo Valley gets up late to get the victory there that day, but Catonsville right back for Huron. I think this horse is dangerous on the front, but I think Leading Man is going to be able to reel him in late.
All right, let's see if we can get a cold 4-6 exacta home in race 1 to kick things off. Let's turn the page here. Race 2 will start the early pick 4. We have 3 pick 4s this afternoon. Race 2 is off the turf, going a flat mile main track. Main track rated sloppy. Maiden claiming 16,000 3-year-olds and upward here in race 2. We're all over the place here. I go.
This is the amateur race, right?
This is the amateur race here. I go with the 7. Here comes Mongo for trainer Ann Merriman, a homebred for Dan Green, 3-year-old by Etch. Taylor Leatherman, the daughter of Faith Leatherman, a Maryland trainer. Taylor Leatherman, she's an exercise rider here in the morning. She rides 7. Here comes Mongo. A decent effort going long on the turf last out, so should be fit to get the mile today. First time on an off track today for Here Comes Mongo, so a little bit of a question there, but I'll go with the 7 on top.
Yeah, back to a mile. This is originally carted for the turf. We're going to go to a mile. The one-turn mile above it all from the rail, I think, is going to be sent out there and try to get the lead and carry them as far as he possibly can. I go towards the outside, though, with Game Break for Trombetta, taking, a little move here, stretch out, turf to dirt. Today we're going to get that. The dirt tried 2 back. Gets much better into a much quicker pace. I think clear sailing from the outside. This horse, top and bottom bred, should be able to stretch out a little bit, stand and certainly handle the off track. A stalk and pounce move for the 12. Game Break.
All right, see if you get a big price there on the 12. I didn't use that horse. Let's talk about the one horse we do both like together. The 9, yes means no. 0 for 21. 4-year-old maiden here for Robbie Bales, but he likes to pick up checks. He's been second 8 times. Ortega rides here for Robbie Bales. Yes means no. One of the favorites, and he figures to be right there in the mix once again.
Sure. I mean, the horse we know can get the distance. That's the key. Does not have a lot of speed, but will make a circling move and has run well on an off track comparatively to the rest of this group.
All right, and then let's see, who else? The 5. I didn't use the 5 there. Dapper's Drink for Amy Hall, 3-year-old by Old Fashioned. Decent effort on the turf last out. Decent effort going a mile on the main track at Delaware back in August.
Hung out wide. That's a 2-turn race at Delaware. They went pretty slow early, but the wide trip certainly couldn't have helped the chances of Dapper's Drink. I think this horse figures into the mix. Amy Hall with a couple horses. Even in the first race, I'm going to throw her horse into the exact.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 3, carded on the main track, going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,000. Filly Mares 3 and up. Never won 3 lifetime or straight 3-year-old filly. Scratched a 1. I have the 2 on top here. Group Tex. Second off the claim for Jamie Ness, a 3-year-old by Include. Trevor McCarthy will ride. Ness claimed the horse late July for 16,000. Gave him some time. Gave him a few months off. Brought him back late September. He was 3 to 5 that day and got the money. Got the job done for 62.53 life. Now he drops to the nickel. Now this is a 3-year-old taking advantage of the dual condition here. The 2 Group Tex, who's won 3 races already, so right. I have him on top.
She looked like she was going to be any kind. Go back those races at 2. Pretty good. Jaywalk into the mix. A good third to that one. But yeah, I guess the good news, she's won 3 races. Ness really takes advantage of the conditions. See, Kieran, those guys really kind of work the condition book quite to their advantage. She didn't beat a whole lot. She should have been 3 to 5. She won like she should have against that group. She's down inside. Yeah, she's got some positional speed. I think the 4 Mighty Talk, another aggressive move here. Jerry Robb going to drop this one again. Just got hampered by a long shot last time. We've got video right of that October the 3rd race at Laurel at 3 to 1, where Lady Kim eventually won it and won right back. But here she is dueling. Well, not a real big shot, but still, they went pretty quick internals here. 22 and 4, 46, and boy, top of the stretch, she was able to kind of shake clear. Go on with it, but I tell you, Lady Kim was just a complete beneficiary of this pace duel around the turn. She's going to shift out and go on by. But all things considered, Mighty Talk held pretty well. I don't know if there's anybody as quick as her. If they go ahead and just go be aggressive. X-Men just go ahead and send. I think she might be able to control it. Group text, I just wasn't completely impressed with who she got by. Now we're dropping down again in price to the nickel.
All right, so there's the 4 Mighty Talk taking a big drop today for Jerry Robb. The X-Man will ride. So I used the 4 in the mix. What's the rest of the picks there? The 5. We both have the 5 in our exacta bronze charm.
Yeah.
We have a stat here for trainer Anthony Ferrier. This filly's running the second off the claim today for the new barn. Here's your stat.
It's a pretty good little move. Now he's 8 for 21, 38%. Fillies and mares second off the claim with an ROI of 278. Yeah, she ran into a killer last time warm. We're going to see her later in the weekend for Kieran and company. Just ran in just an explosive race that day on October the 5th. I like to turn back in distance. She's a major player from the back of the pack.
All right, so 2-5-9-4 for me in race 3. You have 4-5-2-9. We like the same 4 filly and mares in the third. Let's turn the page. You like the middle pick 4. Middle pick 4 starts in race 4, 7 furlongs on the main track. Let's check out your ticket and see how you play it.
Yeah, $36 ticket, a little bit costly, but we think there's a little value in this. It started out with a favorite, though, Take Charge Matriarch in race 4, along with 3 Morning Molly. We go 3 deep in the 5th with the 3, 5, and 6. Clubman, I still think you're going to get an okay price on Clubman this afternoon. 6th race. You have to keep spread a little bit more, Stan. 1, 2, 9, and 10. These are 2-year-old maidens going a mile. And the 7th race, we wrap it up with the 1, 2, and 3. $36 for that middle pick 4 ticket.
All right, starts right here in race 4. Originally carded on the main track, 7 furlongs. Maiden claiming 40,000. Filly and mares 3 and up. Here in the 4th, we have a video spotlight on the favorites. She's 7-5 morning line. The 2 Take Charge Matriarch. First off, the claim for Anthony Ferrier. Here's the race, last out, mid-October, coming off a layoff. Here's the race at Keeneland, and she's the 5 this day.
She's down to the inside, and she's going to have to tap the brakes, turning for a home. Gets kind of bottled up a little bit there. Actually finds a seam late and a little bit of a flattening move. Willing, but against this group, it just wasn't quite enough at Keeneland. Off 7.5 months. Ferry, we've seen this move. They reach in and claim these horses down in Kentucky. And they've done well with this kind of a move. And she just faces a little bit softer bunch this afternoon. And she just holds form anywhere close to that. I think she's going to get the job done at a short price.
All right, so I have her
or close to it. I should say get it done. She's going to be right there. I like Morning Molly, though, on top. Yeah.
I have the favorite on top here. She's going to be tough to beat. You have the 3 on top. Morning Molly, a nice maiden special weight. The tried maiden special weight in debut. It wasn't that good. She was 35-1. That was last January down there at the fairgrounds, and now she's had a long time off since then.
Yeah, she shouldn't. Looking at the pedigree, there wasn't a whole lot there on the paper. They could have just taken a more aggressive move and dropped her. They hold her here, put her in for the 40. That was a good group. Some horses have gone on and done well out of that race at the fairgrounds. And look at the way they're working this filly out in the morning. 3/4 and 14, going to the mile. They're putting the pedal to the metal here and trying to get the stamina build up. And she's going to have it for the 7 furlong distance. Certainly a tricky distance off of a layoff. But the two horses clearly the one to beat. Probably going to get done a little bit better value here with Morning Molly.
All right, looks like we like the same 4 filly and mares there in race 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. The Rainbow Pick 6, that starts in race 5. The late pick 5 with that low takeout, that starts in race 6. I have a ticket for that. We'll check it out right after this.
Located at the foot of the San Gabriel Mountains, Santa Anita Park remains one of sport's most picturesque venues and racing's most glamorous. The home of Hall of Fame horsemen, Hollywood celebrities, and the legendary Seabiscuit, Santa Anita Park offers world-class racing and fine dining in cool California chic. The Stronach family, owners of Santa Anita Park, is committed to the advocacy of thoroughbred racing and the grace, spirit, and generosity of the horse.
All right, welcome back. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 5. No carryover. They hit it the last time we had live racing, the Sunday after Maryland Million, so we start fresh with the Pick 6. Tim Tulloch, my co-host, in the afternoon. He has a ticket. Let's check it out, see how he plays it. There it is, $64.80 play. He goes with the 3, 5, 6 here in race 5. It's a tough sequence. No single there on the ticket, so a tough sequence here for the Rainbow Pick 6. You can study his ticket, all of our tickets, online at laurelpark.com. underneath the handicapping section. Let's take a look at race 5, our big feature of the day to anchor the early pick 5 and to start this pick 6. We're going 6 furlongs on the main track, originally carded on the main track, a wide open allowance condition, 3-year-olds and upward. That's the only condition, $55,000 purse. And let's start here with the 3. We both used the 3 Clubman. We have a video spotlight to show you from June here at Laurel Park in the Polynesian. Here's Clubman. He runs a big second. He's 20-1 this day. He runs a big second.
Yeah, and he gets his set up this afternoon, no doubt about it, in the Polynesian. 22-2, 44-3. They're going at it. Old-time revival. We're going to see him again this afternoon. I think he's the speed of the speed. Clubman, a big run to the outside, just not going to be quite good enough. Cord maker is going to deny him late. Now, that race at 7/8 was coming off of a 1.25-mile try in the Pimlico Special. So he can go route the sprint 6. I'm just worried at 6 against this particular group. Is he going to be able to get up in time? He's going to bring a run. There's no doubt about it. He can handle an off track. And last time out, he just never got comfortable. You see the short comment I put in there. Between horses a long way and faded. It's like he just never got clear. Couldn't. But by the time he got a chance to make that run, the run was out of him, Stan.
Right.
The final 1/8 of a mile. He really couldn't kick on. I think today he'll sit back, relax, and make one strong run because there's some speed in here. Certainly with Old Time Revival, you've got a fresh Forticity from the inside. And Fort Fortitude, who I think is going to get the jump on Clubman, is going to be able to kind of stalk Old Time Revival and hold on late for Jamie Ness. It's going to try to make it 4 straight.
Well, let's take a look at the 5 Fortitude. 2-1 morning line favored in this event. I almost picked him on top. I used him second. You have him on top. Third off the claim for Jamie Ness. Ness 2 for 2 with this 5-year-old by Twirling Candy and gets Trevor McCarthy once again today.
Another one that likes the off track. He's 2 for 4 with a third. You reach in, you grab off of Kevin Patterson. Sometimes you worry a little bit, but hey, this horse has gone on. Two wins in a row for the New Connection. Look who he beat last time, Mr. Dougie Fresh. He's a horse that ran really big against He Hate Me, who was, I believe, might have been the favorite in the De France. So 4 4-2. It's just position. He's just going to be able to get that jump. But Clubman, I think he's going to be rolling late, along with the bottom horse for Linda Rice. American Power really jumped into the deep waters last time in the Grade 1 Vosburg.
Yeah, and I just kind of drew a line through that race. Got beat 13 lengths. That was late September. Coming back here in about a month. You hope that Grade 1 didn't take too much starch out of this 4-year-old colt by Power Broker, but was in very good form before that. I'd won 3 in a row before that, including a nice starter allowance at Saratoga late August. Big 87 buyer that day. Fired a 95 buyer with that allowance win. Going 7 furlongs at Parks back in July. So American Power should get a nice trip on the outside. He's a closing sprinter. So Russell should have a trouble-free trip, floating out there on the outside down the backstretch, and then save ground around the turn, and then just make his late run here on the 6 American Power. My top pick in today's feature.
Okay, really good race. Great job of the racing. I was getting that one to go. Like a little stakes here on Thursday.
Yep, absolutely. All right, the late pick 5 starts in race 6. No carryover today, but as always, that industry low 12% takeout on all the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. It starts in race 6, a nice maiden special weight. And I have a ticket here for the late pick 5, $48 ticket. I go 4 deep here in race 6. I used the 1, 2, and the 9, 10. Race 7, nice allowance race going a mile on the main track in race 7. I single on the 1, Toughest Ombre there in race 7. And then I'm 4 deep in race 8. And then 1, 7 in race 9, 1, 3, 6 in race 10. You can study that ticket online, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, all of our tickets and picks for today and tomorrow are up there. You can read all the latest press releases online at laurelpark.com. Check out all the upcoming events online at laurelpark.com. Race 6, a nice maiden special weight for 2-year-olds, originally carded on the main track. A few scratches in here, scratched the 3, 6, and the 7 out of this event. Still a big field, some nice 2-year-olds in here. And you have the 9 on top. So let's start right there. We have a video spotlight of Enjoy the Music, a well-bred colt by Pioneer of the Nile. Here's the debut early October.
Yeah, it flashed a little foot out of the gate, and it just kind of drafted well back off of the pace. In a race won by Shotsky. Shotsky dogged the speed of Sagamore Mischief and went on with it. Watch this horse top of the stretch, shifting out. It's going to make a pretty good late rally. Late, get an angle out, and finds a a little bit of run there, belated run, but watch the gallop out. That's the key. I should have let this thing continue on through. This horse really kept on well through the gallop out. There you go there, willingly to the wire. Enjoy the music. Delacour sprinter route. Boy, that's his game. He's close to 30% with a positive ROI with this kind of move. And Shotsky, he came back and ran real big down in Kentucky.
Sure. All right. This horse gets first-time Lasix today, a homebred for the Jacksons of Laurel Stables. Delacour 20% with maidens making her second start. So the 9, Enjoy the Music's going to be tough, but I go with part of the entry, part of the Trombetta Live Oak stud entry here. The 1, Paradise Pride, by 2, Honor and Serve. I ran an okay debut at Monmouth in a big 9-horse field. He was 31-1 that day, and then didn't run very well in his second start, but then they took the horse up to Belmont a couple weeks later on a sloppy track, maiden 75,000, 6.5, and woke up a little bit that day. He showed a little bit more early speed. He was a little closer to the early pace that day and finished a useful third. Now stretches out to a mile today. Looks like he liked that sloppy track last out. He's going to get a sloppy track today. He's a well-bred homebred for Live Oak Plantation, so I'll go with Paradise Pride on top here.
Okay, now we also have Tomcat Black, the 10-horse going here today for Grand Motion. A little stat for Motion with this kind of move. Synthetic to dirt with the maidens the last 3 years. He's 4 for 13, 31% with an ROI, hedging pretty close there at almost $3, $2.92. Trouble behind a wall of horses. You see that great comment by the guys up at Woodbine. Behind the next out winner. Debut back in July on the dirt was fine. This horse has some bottom, certainly coming off of those synthetics. We see the horses from Woodbine. They get that bottom out off of that race. Boom, they move up. They usually move up off of those races. I think this horse is a definite factor. The family leans synth and turf, but I think he's got this horse on the dirt for a reason. Certainly the off-track shouldn't hurt as well. And I like the other part of the Trombetta. The other horse is still in there, right?
Heroes, yes. I don't have a scratch on him.
Yeah, okay. So to honor and serve out of an Empire Maker mare, certainly going to be able to, I think, handle the off-track, the transition here, the dirt. The bottom is into this horse. Got some play. He didn't really run well at all on the turf. Comes back. Couple good works moving forward. This horse is a half to Olympic Village, who was a 3-time dirt winner, did win on an off track. So I like Hero's Return. You like the plain one, I like the 1A.
And we might get a decent price on the entry because the 9 and the 10 are going to be well played here. McGahee's going to get played with the 2. That was a big field for Heroes Returns debut here at Law. Big 12-horse field, and you're right. They took a little play. They bet the horse down to 7-1. So I think the Trombetta entry offers you good value. The Hall of Famer Shug McGahee with the 2, Crockett's Bluff. Shug and Forest Boys, they do awfully well together here in Maryland. They're 32% and a big monster ROI. This horse was 10-1 in debut and didn't run too special at all, but now should improve here. McGahee 17% with maidens making their second start.
Yep, and just completely respect it. We say it time and time again. Jockey-trainer combo is strong. I would have liked to see this horse take a little bit more play based on the breeding and everything in debut. Can it overcome the inside as well? But second out sprinter routes been okay for Shug. Yep.
All right, so we both like the same 4 2-year-olds there in race 6. Let's turn the page. Race 7, a nice second level allowance condition, optional claiming 35,000, 3 and up, going a flat mile on the main track. Yeah, how about Tough as Hombre? First time for the Damondale DeVico barn. The barn, the last time we had live racing, had a big weekend. They had 2 wins on Maryland Million Day. Yeah. This will be the first start for the 6-year-old by Tail of the Cat. He's made almost 200,000 already. First start today in the Damondale DeVico barn. They have decent stats for that. But look at the race he ran early August down there at Gulfstream when it came off the turf. First level allowance down there, going a mile on a good track, went to the front, finished a good second, big 92 Beyer speed figure that day, and then ran well going long on the turf early September down there at Gulfstreams. Had a couple months off now. He's got to be fit to handle a sloppy track, but his lifetime best effort came on a good track at Gulfstream. He's going to get a sloppy track today, so there's a difference. But we both have Tough as Hombre on top.
Yeah, he's a forward factor, and it just needs to come out cleanly. I think it won't be hard on to get position if he comes away cleanly. He'll just draft up to the lead. I like him on top as well. The 2, King of Spades, is a horse I had paid coming back on the turf. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the turf today. This horse had a brutal trip, was shuffled back behind a horse last time on the turf. But you know what? The dirt race back at Monmouth is okay. We've seen Cheatham Jim around here, right?
Yeah.
That horse figures okay. He would figure in this kind of field. So I've got to respect King of Spades. I like that they keep this horse in this race.
All right, toughest hombre looks awfully tough here. Race 7 going a flat mile on the main track now. Race 8 was originally carded on the turf, going a mile and a 16th. Will be on the main track, going a flat mile here in race 8. Nice 25,000 starter allowance for filly mares 3 and up. Never won 3 is the condition. I initially had the 4 Pebble Road on top. When it was on the turf, I stick with this 5-year-old mare. Now that it comes off the turf, I'll take a shot. This will be her first try on the dirt, first try on an off track. Eddie Graham's the trainer, Trevor McCarthy the rider. A nice win going long on the turf. Last out October 1st, so we know the mare is in good form. She ran a couple decent races on the synthetic back in 2018, and then a good effort last July on the synthetic at Presque Isle. Last July 4th this past summer. Yeah. So Eddie Graham keeps her in here. McCarthy's on, so I'll take a shot with the 4 Pebble Road, trying the main track for the first time today.
It's as good as reason as any. You know, the Trevor there, they're staying on it. This horse is okay. Breeding suggests off track shouldn't be a terrible issue for this one whatsoever. Holding pretty good form. I'll come right back with Artful Splatter, though. They maybe got what they wanted this race coming off the turf, getting the dirt here, and she just really kind of rolled last time out. Was never really in doubt mid-turn. It's a little bit tougher field she's going to face today. I think Kieran's going in the right direction with this one. She's going to move up off of that effort. Once again, she has positional speed in this race. She's going to use it to her advantage.
All right, so race 8 off the turf, going a flat mile on a sloppy track. The late daily double originally carded on the main track here, so some big full fields on the main track here. Race 9, we're going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,003 and up. The old-fashioned wide-open nickel here. Some talented, well-accomplished sprinters. I go with the 1 High Roller on top for Farrier. 5-year-olds made $169,000. He's a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. 9 for 14 in the money. A big second last out against Open 8,000. Farrier claimed him that day. That was early September. He's freshened him up a little bit. The Farrier barn 26% and a positive ROI first off the claim, and 30 to 60 days or 20% and a positive ROI. So Alex Centrine will ride for the open nickel. High Roller, if he's ready to go. Maybe a little tough inside post. He's going to have to break sharp today, but he likes an off track. He's a 2-time winner on an off track. He's 6 for 8 in the money on an off track with a lifetime best number. So the 1 High Roller looks awfully tough in race 9.
Yeah, he's going to be sent from the inside. I think he'll be forward in here, no doubt. High Roller. There's Spartiatus again to his outside. Will they hook up again and get in that duel like they did on September the 7th? But I think High Roller holds form. He lasts. But I tell you, how about Quit Your Moaning? You know, it just looks like, I won't say a little bit cheap, but you're going through seeing who he's beaten of note, right? He hasn't beat some of these really more established sprinters, but, man, he has improved. This barn has been red hot. Had a great ride last time. If you look at the final time, October the 12th, okay, he runs in a nickel condition. It's the same day as Spartiatos, okay? Goes a couple lengths quicker. I think he's another one. He's just on the improvement. Peltrosi's not scared to save ground, wait for that seam. He's a patient rider. This horse offers the value in race number 9.
Yeah, Peltroci, he gets run out of horses. Who's a nice late-night powwow. He rides that horse for Contreras. And this barn's having a big meet, small. They were ice cold the first half of this year. The summer, they couldn't buy a win. And then now they're 3 for 7 here at the fall meet. So I used the 5, but the 1's going to be tough. The 7 I use in my exacta. Papacho likes an off track. Papacho 4 for 7 in the off go, and he's a closing sprinter. Ashley Castrenze rides for the open nickel. Papacho, he could run a big race for Anthony Farrier.
Don't leave Bo Vuk out first off the claim here for Kieran. Right down to the nickel. Okay, 2 for 2 on the wet track. Just wants a little bit of a duel develop up front. He had it last time. It didn't fire. I think you might see an improved effort this afternoon.
Correa 8-1. Yeah, it's a nice price there on the 8 Bovuk, and race 9 to kick off the late double. One more race here. Race 10 originally carded on the main track. 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming $25,000 for 2-year-old fillies. The 6 Magical Luna looks tough here, but you have the 3 on top. Let's start there. Haas Kitten for Claudio Gonzalez. Let's take a look at her debut September 27th at Laurel against Maiden 40.
Yeah, she took plenty of play into that. Out of the break, gets a little trouble and moves up. Checks near the half-mile pole. We're going to see that again at the break. And this is where things get interesting. I tell you, out of that race, cheers and applause. Mary's horse that afternoon got away slowly and makes a little middle move. Watch this going up towards the half-mile pole, the 4-horse in-between horses. 15 Royals was well met. That's the Country Life horse that went on with it. But as we talked about, Haas Kitten took play. Bet down. Claudio horses obviously usually are. But right there, a little bit of a steady, then a shuffle, and almost a check at the half-mile pole. This horse drafts back. There's another check and completely loses all focus, ends up very wide, but actually picked it up a little bit through the final 16th of a mile. We saw the late interest comment if you go on the long footnote on Equibase for Haas Kitten. The blinkers go on. This was kind of the late breaking blinkers. It wasn't on the first set of PPs I had. You saw that speed. She was up with it early last time. Maybe she takes advantage today with the blinkers and kind of goes right to the front in here.
All right, so you have a Claudio Exacta 3-6. I go with the other Claudio filly on top, the 6 Magical Lunas. Run a couple big races going long on the turf. Now we cut back to 6 furlongs on the dirt. This was Claudio's plan. He wanted to go route to sprint with this filly and turf to dirt, and route to sprint. Claudio's 23%. Turf to dirt, he's 29%. Alex Centron will ride. She'll be dead fit. I think his daughter, Street Magician, is going to be a major factor, a major fear in the final strides for everybody else.
Yeah, Classy but Sassy, the 7. I'll throw in for Hammy Smith as well. This turf to dirt move has been a good one for him with these 2-year-old maidens. So Classy but Sassy, I think she's going to follow suit with the other runners and make a run from the back of the pack.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. Big 10 race card. We're off the turf, sloppy track. Look for some off-track forms today. I like the late pick 5. You like the middle pick 4. All of our tickets and picks for today and tomorrow online, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. Dave Rodman's coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.